The afternoon heat hung low over the river, turning the surface of the water into a wavering sheet of silver that reflected the sky. In the distance, the leopard appeared at the edge of the forest, stepping with the silent certainty of an animal that has survived many seasons of hunger, storms, and danger. Its coat glowed gold in the sun, broken by black rosettes that rippled with each movement of its muscles. The leopard had followed a trail of scent for hours, knowing that the fresh tracks of antelope led to the riverbank. It was thirsty and hungry, but it was also cautious. The wild never gives anything for free. The river looked calm at first, but the leopard's ears twitched at the faint ripple beneath the surface. The crocodiles were already there. They lay just below the waterline, their eyes half submerged, barely moving, blending perfectly with the muddy water. They had sensed movement long before the leopard arrived. They could feel vibrations from the bank, small tremors that signaled the approach of something large enough to be worth their patience. In this place, patience was a weapon, and crocodiles were masters of waiting. The leopard paced along the bank, trying to find the safest place to drink. It knew the river well. It had grown up learning its dangers, stories written in claw marks on bark, in the bones of smaller animals left whitening in the sun. But thirst overcame hesitation, and it lowered its head carefully, eyes constantly scanning the water. Every instinct sharpened. The leopard's muscles remained tense, like a coiled spring prepared to leap back if the water stirred too strongly. Across the river, hidden by reeds and shadows, the crocodiles watched. Their bodies were ancient machines designed for ambush. They knew that the moment just before the first sip was when most animals let down their guard. The current moved lazily, pushing soft waves against their thick scales. One crocodile in particular, older and larger than the rest, shifted its weight with deliberate slowness. Its jaws, lined with sharp teeth, remained still, yet its eyes tracked the leopard with cold precision. It had missed a meal 2 days earlier. It was not going to miss again. The leopard sensed the shift. Its ears shot up, and it stepped back from the water, tail flicking. The crocodiles did not move enough to break the illusion of safety, but the leopard's instincts were too sharp to ignore the feeling of danger. It circled again, choosing a shallower point where rocks jutted from the edge. The water was clearer there, and the leopard could see deeper. Still, the crocodiles adjusted their positions underwater, drifting closer like shadows drawn toward the same point. For several minutes, predator and predator remained locked in a quiet standoff. Neither was willing to take the first risk. The crocodiles needed the leopard to commit. The leopard needed to drink without losing its life. This was the constant tension of the wild. Every need, even water, was balanced against the threat of death. Finally, the leopard crouched low and tried again. It flicked its tongue across the water surface, fast and light, pulling small amounts of water into its mouth. The crocodiles surged forward beneath the surface, their movements masked by the depth. The leopard felt the sudden shift of the current and jumped back instantly, its powerful legs propelling it away just as the water exploded. A crocodile's jaws snapped shut around empty air, sending droplets flying. The leopard snarled, backing into the dry grass, heart pounding with the understanding of how close it had come. The failed strike stirred the river into chaos, but only momentarily. The crocodiles settled again, sinking deeper, disappearing into the gray-green darkness. The leopard retreated farther from the water, frustrated but alive. It would need to find another place to drink, maybe farther upstream where the banks were steeper and the crocodiles had fewer places to hide. Life in the wild demanded constant adaptation, and no creature knew that better than the leopard. As the sun dipped lower, the crocodiles remained where they were, floating in silence, waiting for another chance. The river would bring more animals soon, zebra, warthog, or perhaps a young antelope too inexperienced to judge distance correctly. The leopard walked away with its tail high, a survivor of another confrontation with death. For both predator and prey, this was simply another day shaped by hunger, instinct, and the unforgiving laws of the land.